and I was thinking, that's what this business is. It's telling your story or the story of someone else's success, be it a health transformation or a financial transformation. And we tell that story again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And somebody said, well, how many times do I got to share that story? As many times as it takes, right? You continually share those stories to as many people until one day you look up and you realize others are sharing the story. And I'm watching as I speak right now, I'm watching and I'm certain that's what's happening in Nigeria with this team. Several of you have been consistent, and no matter what, you're here and you just again and again and again and again. And I know it's frustrating, and I know sometimes you're disappointed and you're like, where's all the people? And all of a sudden now it's like, hey, somebody else must be doing something, and somebody else is doing something. Now you get several people, and that compound effect, it will happen. And it will create an absolute wildfire across Nigeria, which will go around the world. And those that started it, those that kept lighting the match, and somebody blow it out, you light another one, somebody blow it out, light another one, again and again and again and again, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, it's happening. So it's a lot of fun to see, and could not be more proud.
I concur.
Thank you so much, sir. We're truly grateful. And we just want to welcome everyone again to another powerful Friday. We don't take this for granted. And like Irona says, it's going to be over and over and over again. The first question I just want to ask before we jump in, why are you building? Why are you building? If we want to follow the excuse, we will not do what we're doing. But the reason why right now there is actually a higher level of momentum on every side is because it's a no excuse period for us. I have heard about all the 6 figures, 7 figures, but I think it's high time we begin to move to that place where we can actually take the market share for everything that we do. Don't be the best at occasional periods. Be your best at every single season. Let people know how this is working. And before I just came into this meeting, one thing became very strong for me. And you are not in this business to become a marketer. You are in this business to become an example. I'll say that again. You're not in this business to become a marketer. You are in this business to become an example. I've noticed people listen to me more right now because the paycheck is good. The reality of the product working is good. I for some reason, yesterday I was flying down from Abuja to Lagos, and for the first time, I'm entering a flight that had to be announced at 1 a.m. So we landed from Abuja 1 a.m. We landed at Lagos about 2:30 a.m. in the morning. And I was still powerful. Immediately I got home, the first thing I asked for was please give me noni, because it's like a do or die thing now. So be a product of the product, but always remember, people will follow examples, not what you say. So if you're not showing your paycheck, if you're not wearing it on you, these days deliberately, I have several white, black, different t-shirts right now. And I'm even about doing more right now. So you find me in a hotel, you can sure find me in a PartnerCo t-shirt. I know we're just starting, but I just felt to just warm us up a bit. Please be the example of what you're saying. That's the greatest way you can market. Okay, very important. So this morning, thank you so very much, everyone that has joined. It is always a privilege to have the Deckers. I just finished talking with someone right now. I said, why not take advantage of the fact that you have our mentors on the call every Friday? So for me right now, I am not as strong as I should be because it's been a hell of a past 3-4 days for me, because of the strike, and stuff. So different things be shifted. But I need to be on the call. Why? Because I am very sure that the person that I am standing on his shoulders, the person that I'm taking a lot of strength from, is going to be on the call. So you can use that as a motivation. It may not be, don't do things because every other person is doing it. Do things because you have an edge that many people don't have. I can bet you in the whole of the country, I don't think there's any other team or any other place that you're going to have people the caliber of the Dingers, come every single Friday. That's something I would like you to go and do. Please go from last year, let's say from last year, February, and count the number of Fridays in a year up till now, and you'll be amazed the level of the value that we have that we may not be maximizing. So, ladies and gentlemen, to start off this call is no other person. Again, our powerful coach. We've learned so much from them. And, they keep on shaping our mindset, shaping our value system, shaping our drive for excellence, not just in terms of excellence in just everything we do, but excellence in making our life better. There's no other people that do it better than they do. And it's my privilege this evening to welcome them up the stage. So, ladies and gentlemen, do welcome no other people but Aaron Decker and Ginger Decker. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Charles. And so I'm going to share just a couple thoughts, and then we'll jump into a presentation, and then we can finish up. But and the thoughts are based on last night working with a group in helping and coaching them. And it's some things, Charles, that you just mentioned, right? Which is what I'll say it in a different way, but what drives you? But my question, and you can put something in the chat or not, it doesn't matter. But two things, twofold. Number one, when you were younger, somewhere around 17, 18, 19 years old, did you have a picture of what your life was going to be like? And if so, which most of us did, we had an idea, I want to live in this kind of house, and I want to have this or that, or I'm going to be doing this or travel, whatever that is. Are you living that life? And if your answer is no, it's okay. But then I'd say, well, why not? And then we get, well, you don't understand. This happened or that happened, or the government or my family or my this or my job, or okay, all right. We could blame other people, or we could take responsibility. Do you currently, right now, have written out a vision of what you want your life to be like in the near future or in the distant future? Do you know what it, like, why are you showing up? Why? So for me, this vehicle, it's just a vehicle, a financial vehicle that has a great benefit of health attached to it, right? Because everybody can use it and benefit from it. But what does it look like? What's going to drive you through the days where life happens? Because life's going to continually happen no matter what. And so as I was talking to this group last night, they said, it's interesting because here we are. I'm in the United States, Michigan, a little town named Lowell, and I'm talking to all of you in Nigeria. If you go back 10 years, this was not possible. This wouldn't have happened. You go back 20 years, and it really wasn't possible. I've been in this industry only. So my first company left me. I didn't leave it. I've been with this company now for 12 years. But I would put 50,000 miles a year on my car. I was upgraded on every airline. I was upgraded on every car rental place. Not because I paid a lot of money, because I used them all the time. I was always traveling. For 22 years, I missed out on many things that people would say you're crazy. Birthdays, weddings, holidays. I was always focused on working. Why? Because I had a vision of what my life was going to be like. Here's what's fun for me. Part of that vision, I got to live the first half of today. I love serving kids. So this morning on our ranch, we had a group of I'll say they're disabled, right? So some of them pretty disabled kids. Some had a hard time communicating. And I was able to spend the entire half of the day helping these kids become better versions of themselves using the ranch and the surroundings. Guess what I didn't have to do? I didn't have to call a boss and ask for the time off work. I didn't have to ask permission. I didn't have to worry if the bills are going to get paid. I didn't have to worry about anything. What I was able to do is say, yes, You can come Friday morning. And what was even a bigger blessing is I said, this was a lot of fun. Would you like to do it again? Guess what else I didn't have to do? Didn't have to charge them. Now, I'm not saying that arrogantly. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm saying those were some of the things that drove me through the tough times when other people let me down. Because people will let you and I down. They've let you down your whole life in different areas. This industry exposes us to more people, therefore we're exposed to more letdown. But I started to realize for most people, unfortunately, it's not the people that let them down. It's we let ourselves down and we let ourselves get away with it. If you and I if your kids, you would never let your kids get away with the stuff that we talk ourselves out of doing, that we promised ourselves that we would do. Your son or your daughter, maybe you're going to have them pick up their room. And so they have a goal is today they're going to pick up their room. If you told them that they needed to pick up their room, I bet you they're going to pick up the room by the end of the day. Is that not right, Charles? They need to make their bed, whatever it is, right? If they got a chore to do, they're expected to do that. And are you going to let them off the hook? No. How many times have you and I, and I'm guilty too, said, I'm going to make a phone call. I'm going to get a new customer. I'm going to get a new brand partner. And then we let ourselves off the hook and we don't do it. Why do we hold others accountable, but very few times we hold ourselves accountable? So think about, number one, what is it that's going to drive you? What do you want your life to look like? Now, here's the great news. It took me 22 years to get to a place. And I don't believe that you ever arrive, but to get to a place where I can choose more of what I want to do with each day and not have to ask permission based on finances and different things like that. But remember, I had to drive 50,000 miles. I had to fly all the time. I could never be home. With technology today, with some of the systems in the product, we never had known. We didn't have access to that product. With the products and the systems that you have now in your hand, an international business, I couldn't build in Nigeria even 3 years ago. But more importantly, you couldn't build anywhere because it didn't exist. But today, you can build almost everywhere in over 60 markets around the world. And because of technology, it's easier to do that. So that being said, I'm going to pull up a little presentation. We're going to run through it. We're going to tell you about our number one selling product, something that we absolutely love, we use, and it makes a difference, and then talk a little bit about finances and kick it back over to Dr. Charles. So here we go. Why partner with us? I honestly, I want to change that slide. Why not? If you had something else in your life that benefited those that you shared it with, and in doing so, the more that you tend to help, the more it helps yourself. If you had something else, then you should be doing that. If you don't, why wouldn't you partner with us? Partners Council. I love this slide. Why? Because a year ago, it was my ugly mug on there and a couple other guys, because Nigeria didn't have a Partners Council because it had just launched. There's a couple people that are on this Zoom that set a specific goal, a no matter what goal, and said, we're going to be a part of that Partners Council. Guess what? There they are. Dr. Charles and Coach Michelle. Right? Couldn't be more proud of a couple individuals. And there's others that are on here that I believe if they keep on the track, there's a really good chance that this team's going to dominate that market next year, right? Founders, that's next step. It's a big step. You got to make a big impact in your market, but if you do, and you've got what it takes to really help grow and explode a market, they invite you to be a founder and share in the corporate profits of that market. Not just the comp plan, but part of the company's revenue. I love that. Advisory group, so it's more of a collaboration. And then gold standard, you're going to hear about a product that has more scientific studies than I believe any product that exists in the nutrition industry today. And the product is called Tahitian Noni, better known as TNJ. And to talk about it and tell you some of the cool values of it and what it can do for you and your body is my wife, beautiful wife, Dr. Ginger. So Dr. Ginger, take it away.
Hey everyone. So yeah, I'm excited to talk to you about Tahitian Noni Juice, or TNJ. Let's start off with all of the clinical studies. It is probably, no, it is the most studied supplement, if you want to call it that, in the world. Tons of studies, everything from safety to antioxidant, DNA protection, cholesterol and triglyceride lowering, joint health, really of any joint in the body, energy and endurance of athletes. You may have even noticed that. Immune boosting, high blood pressure, quality of life, bone density. Do you even think of that when you drink your noni? Increased antioxidant, I think I mentioned that earlier, and osteoarthritis of the hip and knee and really any joint. This is a study that I love to share every time we do this, because this is the type of feedback you might start to hear back from people that you shared it with, or maybe you're feeling this way. I feel better in general. I feel healthier. I feel like I bounce back more easily. I have more energy. I have more stamina. I'm ready to start the day when I wake up. My mood has improved. Who doesn't need that sometimes around you, right? Experiencing less pain. We hear that a lot. Feeling stronger, fewer headaches, and sleeping better at night. Those are all fantastic attributes to Tahitian Noni Juice.
Charles, now I know why she always hands me a glass of noni. Now I get it. When I'm not having, I guess I might not be in a good mood. So she's like, here, you need to drink this.
This page is very impressive because these fact that Tahitian Noni Juice is listed in your medical doctor's book, the Physician's Desk Reference, which is actually online now. There's a really great write-up about it. Also, China, the country of China, approved a claim. Now, you all know we can't make claims. We don't treat, diagnose, or cure. But China actually allows in their country a immune system function claim for Tahitian Noni Juice. They gave that stamp of approval. That is huge. And then finally, I don't know if you remember this term from a couple of years ago, spike protein. That's not a good thing. But when we had the shutdown, this was actually a really great thing to be drinking then and now to help boost your immune system, because it was proven Tahitian Noni Juice stops the spike protein from binding to human cells. Those are huge things. This is a study that was done right there in Nigeria. It's called cervical spondylosis, basically an issue with the neck, the bones in the neck, right? And the person having decreased range of motion and pain. And they did a study utilizing Tahitian Noni Juice, and they found statistically significant improvement with those that took noni as compared to the usual protocols that they would use. As far as product guarantee, I love it because it's tree to bottle traceability. Literally, you can trace it from the island of Tahiti, which is where we get all of our noni fruit, which you see right there in the baskets. It's an odd looking fruit, different than like an apple or an orange, but it has iridoids, and that really has all of the power in it. But we literally supply that island with so much work, I guess you could say, because they help us produce our product. Now, Tahitian Noni Juice has a higher iridoid count. Remember, that's the good stuff. Than, for example, the Hawaiian Noni Juice or others that are found elsewhere. So you really have the best of the best when it comes to the product and the fruit that it comes from.
And that really is what all the studies are based on, is that high iridoid count from Tahiti. So before I talk about becoming a brand ambassador, I want to talk to you really quickly. And again, I like just simple facts, right? And the simple fact is this. A couple of years ago, there were some things that happened all over the world. Wouldn't you agree? And a lot of people learned something. And whatever side of the fence that you're on, politically, that's your choice. But it didn't matter whether it was media, whether you believed them or not, or the people that were way on the other side of the equation. But everybody said, hey, you need a stronger immune system so this doesn't affect you as much. That was one consistent message globally on all sides. Everybody said, you need a high immune system. If your immune system is good, the chances of you getting whatever that thing was, right, that bug, is lower. And if you do get it, the chances of you getting through it is higher. What was something else that happened? So number one, what did you just hear? Tahitian noni juice. The country of China says you can even, if you're in China, you can claim that it supports and helps that immune system. That's a big deal. Number two, something that we learned, and I don't know about your country, but I'll tell you here in the United States, in my little town where I live, I watched entrepreneurs, i.e. business people, traditional business people that have had businesses for 20, 30, 40 years. And I watched a government say, you can't open your doors. It didn't matter how hard they wanted to work. It didn't matter what kind of business that they had. They were shut down. And I watched the longer that it lasted, because they're entrepreneurs. They took their savings, they took their hard-earned cash that they had socked away, and they did everything they can to survive. And today, if you drive in my town, we're missing 4 or 5 businesses just in my little town. Why? Was it their fault? Was it they weren't willing to work hard? Something that they had no control over took their livelihood and their businesses away. Now, on the flip side, I can tell you in those 2 were the 2 best years out of 23 years in this industry that we had in this industry. Now, if it was the best year that I had, that means the people on our team had some of the best years that they had. So you look at traditional business, traditional jobs, I watched people suffer. With this marketing plan and this platform and these products and this pay plan, I watched people thrive in some of the tough, I mean, it has never happened in the history of the world where the world was shut down. So we've got, number one, something that's going to boost your immune system and a whole lot more. And number two, a business model where even when everybody was shut down and told they can't work, it was thriving. So why would you not want to be a brand ambassador? Why would you not want to go out and share this and be a part of something that you can control by your willingness and desire to help others? We've got a Bill of Rights with the company. We've got the #1 comp plan in the world in our industry. And again, don't take my word for it or whoever shared this with you. Look it up. Business for Home, year running, we're voted #1 comp plan. Getting started, and this is, I really need you to wrap your mind around this. How much does it cost to go to university? How much does it cost to start a traditional job? And again, I don't know the facts and the figures in Nigeria, but I can tell you here, just for some college books, just for one semester, you can pay anywhere from $500 to $1,000 US, just for books that you'll only use for one semester. That's not the classes, that's just the books. That's just one class, one semester. You want to start a lawn care company today here in the US? A lawn care company. It's going to be on the, if you bought used equipment, a used vehicle, a used trailer, you're going to be $30,000 to $50,000 US minimum just before you even start. That's not including insurance, labor, gas. You can hardly even start a kid's lemonade stand today. Less than a couple $100. You guys, to get started here, all you have to do is buy either a 2-pack, 4-pack, or an 8-pack of Noni. That gets you started as a business level, elite level, or most people like to either start at elite and get to ultimate or just start with ultimate, which is the 8 bottles. Why? Because it locks you into the highest payout. Well, why would you ever start a business and say, well, I only want to make half as much? More importantly, when you get those, and again, Charles can speak to some of this, and I don't know, maybe some of you are on this, but I know many people, they get so excited about what this product can do, they start to share it, and people are like, yes, I've heard about that. Yes, I want that. And before they even get their 4 or 8 bottles, they've already got them all sold for a profit. So you've got a profit before you even got your inventory, i.e. your product in your hand. And now they're just taking and turning that around and making more money and helping more people. And then again, monetizing your influence. We all have influence over others, whether it's through social media or face-to-face or both. But instead of just monetizing your influence, use your influence to help and serve others. So I absolutely love it. get connected. I know Africa is getting so much better on their connections and the groups and the trainings, and just everything is really starting to click. And I'm going to say this too while we go back to the regular screen for those that are just joined us. This team is absolutely, meaning your team, led by Dr. Charles and Coach Michelle and some other leaders, is absolutely starting to catch fire. That's a fact. I'm not making this up. If you've been around, I'm not a hype guy. I'm excited today because I'm watching people's paychecks go up, but that transitions into I'm watching people's health improve, and it's in direct correlation. So Dr. Charles, I'm going to kick it back to you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Aaron and Dr. Ginger. We're really so proud and happy to have your mentorship. And just like he said, we don't hype here. Everything is for real. We have people that are actually 6 digits, 7 digits income earner in this business. This is one business that has stood the test of time. I had the opportunity of meeting someone recently, just in the past few days, that have silently earned millions in this business, and having the time to sit down with that person, I began to learn so many things that we may not have been applying. So please, if you're getting this information, it's because it's actually a very privileged moment for you to actually start building intentionally. That's the word. One of the things we've learned over the years, over the last few months, is build intentionally. Don't say, oh, the business, oh, this person will not say, oh, that person is doing that. When people see original, they know. You don't even need to tell them too much about it. They know automatically. So just like he said, I want you to think like a business person. We have different packs. We have the smallest pack, which gives you 50 PV. We have another pack that gives you 100 PV. We have another pack that gives you 200 PV. But I want to advise you sincerely, if you really want truth, black and white, without any mixture, you want to go for the biggest pack. You know why? You want to build generationally. You want to build intentionally. It doesn't make any sense. Remember, if you are truly going to be called someone that understands business and investment and assets, build on the long run. And there's no any other better business. You can take my word to the bank with this. Go and do your research about every other business. There are great businesses in Nigeria, no doubt. But as far as I'm concerned right now, for PartnerCo, there is no money duplicator. There's no money generator and health edifier like what our product does and what our company brings to the table. So please, I would not even disturb myself talking to you about the 50 PV pack or even the 100 PV pack. If you are invited by someone, you want to get back to them and tell them that you want to go for the gold status pack, which is a 200 PV enabled pack. With 200 PV, now let me give you some of the advantage, like me and some other leaders have been able to, how we started the business and how we've grown to this level. Now, when you build on the 200 PV pack, it gives you several advantages. I'll just outline 3. One of the first advantage it gives you is that it enables you to be gold status. If I was to ask Aaron now, Mr. Aaron, to tell me about what it takes to be gold status in the United States, you are good. So maybe you should let them know so they know the advantage they have in Nigeria.
So to be gold status in the United States, one, well, you got to be ultimate, which is, let's see, ultimate pack is going to run you somewhere around $2,200 US, $2,300 US. And then you have to go and personally enroll with us with a pack minimum $400 US. You have to get 4 of those new, and you've got to get that done in your first 8 weeks.
Wow. So okay.
Hold on. And you say, okay, so, and Charles will tell you the difference, but what does that do? So gold status, for those of you that don't know, it locks in a part of our comp plan, which is called match pay. So I'm going to give you an example. And this is unlike any other company that I've ever seen, any other comp plan. So if you locked in gold status, and you just simply kept your business active, meaning you either bought or sold 2 bottles of noni once every 4 weeks. Okay, so that's all you did. And then let's say that you stumbled across, and I forget her name, but she just went chairperson level 3, not 1 week, not 2 weeks, not 3 weeks, but 4 weeks in a row. Okay, So let's see, let me do the quick math in my head. Hold on 1 second. That would be 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You would, on the low end, and I'm going to be conservative here, that would have paid you, had you have been gold status. And keep in mind, she's the only person that you found. So nobody else, you didn't have anybody else in your team, just her. And you were gold. That would have paid you that month on the low end about $4,800 US, $4,800 US on the low end. Probably closer to 6 or 7, but I'm going to go conservative. Show me another business that you could start, buy 2 cases of a product that you could sell for a profit, find one person that went and exploded it, and they pay you roughly $5,000 US for the month. And if she kept going and growing, that could increase month over month over month. And they're never going to make you go sponsor another person. You wouldn't have to. The only thing that you need to do, even if you didn't buy it, but you sold 2 bottles on your qualifying week, you still qualify for that money. Charles, I've never seen anything like that. So why gold status? Because I've never looked at it as, well, yeah, but that's probably never going to happen. I looked at it as, yeah, that's probably going to happen, and I don't want to miss out. So back to you, sir.
Okay, so beautiful. That's imagine that is just one advantage. The second advantage I noticed with Gold Star is that in my life, being a business consultant and somebody that's actually quite very well known in certain aspect of business where Nigeria is concerned, I met key people, key individuals that the only way I could speak to these people was not to have a seminar, was not to have a Zoom call. They couldn't wait for a Friday Zoom call. But for as long as I had one bottle I could give them for free, immediately that actually created a dynamic. And so when I'm saying this, just yesterday, let me give you a particular example. I had the opportunity of meeting not a millionaire, a billionaire yesterday. And I got to this guy's office, security and everything, and I was quite amazed. And imagine, I knew at that moment I cannot have this opportunity every day. I just have one moment to make my best impression. And then thank God I had something called a complimentary card. I want to ask how many of you actually have a PartnerCo complimentary card? Listen, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about how you can get market share, because it is very key for you to understand that one of the best ID cards or complimentary card you can get now, it's a bottle of noni. You want to act it out. You want to show people that it is valuable. So what am I saying? So in case you're jumping on this call, we're not just talking about any business. We're talking about a business that is run in over 70 countries in the world. I got in talks with Mr. Aaron. I think that was within the week. You shared with me about the lady that hit, I think, chairperson in a couple of. So can you just say, I believe we have people here that are actually in to change their life story, and they want to be an example of this things we're talking about. Can you share the story of the individual, the lady you said hit a particular rank, I think in Dubai or so, in a just short period of time?
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. I think it was less than 6 months. Don't quote me for sure, but it was something like that. But again, she hit that rank, but she kept hitting it, right? I mean, consistent paychecks. So chairperson 3, just for your base commission. So that's only one of the ways that we get paid. So CEO is 4,000, chairperson 1 is 6,000. 2 is 8,000, 3 would be $10,000 US for the week. And if you look at all the other bonuses and everything else, that's about a $15,000 to $20,000 week. And that's US. So I don't know what that translates into your currency, but let's just be conservative. And again, I think it was more likely closer to 20,000. So if you do that for 4 weeks, that's $80,000 US for the month. I know people that don't make that in a year.
Yeah.
In fact, I will tell you, 90% of Americans don't make that in a year. And she did it with this company. She did it with the same comp plan, the same products, the same back office, the same tools that you and I have access to. My question is, what's the difference between her or you? And some people say, well, she got lucky. No. She spent a lifetime getting to wherever she got to do that. She worked her whole life to get to this point. So have you and I. But the other thing is back to goal status. Okay, what if it's not me? What if it's not you? But what if you and I could find one or two or more of her, right? Instead of getting punished like a lot of other comp plans that don't allow you to make money on somebody like that, ours actually does. And you can create wealth by getting lucky. How do you get lucky? Well, you all know the acronym, right? Laboring under correct knowledge. We forget the laboring part. That's the work part. Is the work hard? Nope. The work is consistently back to where we started with your video. Do it again and again and again and again. Share the story again and again. Share your story again and again and again and again. Well, Aaron, I've already shared my story a lot. Yep, share it more. Share it again and again and again. And pretty soon, the right person at the right time will grab onto your story and they'll go create their own story. And that's how you start an absolute forest fire. The proof, again, is in this team right here. I'm watching the volumes go up and up and up and up, which means the paychecks are going up and up and up and up, which means that the people exposed to the product, their health is going up and up and up and up and improving. Well, it's only a matter of time before that critical mass goes, wait a minute, I know this person and this person and this person, and they're all doing that. And then I don't want to miss out because this thing is really working. See, early on, well, I've never heard of it, but Charles said something. Now you mentioned Noni and people are like, yeah, I've heard of that. I want to try that. That's when that fear of missing out far overrides the negative thinking or the poverty mentality. You mean I got to buy a case or two cases? Well, yeah, don't you buy food? Don't you buy sustenance for didn't you pay for college? Don't you pay for a vehicle or pay some kind of transportation to get back and forth to work? Looks like you got some clothes on. Did you get those for free or did you buy those? Where do you live? Does it cost you any money or do you just live somewhere for free? Everything costs money. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days for the rest of your life. The difference is are you going to take and invest in something that's going to give you a return? Not one way, but two ways, with your health and your finances.
Wow, powerful, powerful. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's actually what we get on a call. In case you are hooked up now or you're watching a rebroadcast of this, please, it's very important that you get started right now. Time waits for no one. Get back to the person that actually invited you and let them know that you've actually found what works, where you don't have any hype. A lot of things that we see everywhere is just more of just hype. Now, another thing I want to actually say, you're new here or you've been doing business and you are interested in moving to the zone of 6 digits every single month in this business. Take the first step of action and just put on the chat, I am. Just write on the chat, I am. Let's bring momentum into this business. Some of us are already in that cadre right now where I'm looking at my business. I had to draw all my, for the last few months, I had to draw up my paycheck from the company. And then there's something we call the savings bonus. Listen, right now, if you're not earning in foreign currency, you're playing. There's something called a savings bonus. I actually see it accruing every now and then. And I'm gonna wait till it gets to 10,000 US dollars, and I'm going to show each person. So please get to the chat room. Get to your chat room. Just type I am. I am. I am. I am. I'm not saying coming. I'm not saying coming. You're interested in making 6 digits continually on a long-term basis, generationally in this business. Listen, let your children, in case you are a parent, let your children not ask you one day why everybody was making money, why you did not make money. You have the opportunity right now. Just put I am on the group. That's a confection. You know, that is something about the law of attraction I'm beginning to learn. Whatever you're going to be able to handle with your hands, you must be able to handle with your mind. I am trying. I just told you something. I'm staying on the shoulders of my mentor right now. I'm going to share a link of Aaron's videos, on YouTube, and I want you to intentionally go back and listen. Somebody said something, said how you do something is how you do everything. So there are three categories of people. It's either whatever you're doing right now is working for you and you need to amplify it, or at the end of the day, it's either you are assuming it's working and you still begin to play around the circle of assumption, or it's not working. But I can bet you this is a business that works. Thank you for everyone that actually put that on the group. We're going to have a series of meetings. We're changing quite a number of things. But before we just go this evening, we're going to announce that, different things are coming up, travel incentives, travel trips, great trainings, and a lot of things are actually going to come up. But just before we do that and call it, end today, I think it's very important we just share some very important testimony. There are people I see here, and every day I give God praise for them, because when I see their names, for example, someone like Mr. Emmanuel, it just, the testimony now becomes an embodiment of continuity for me. I would like the likes of Mr. Emmanuel, Suleiman, Coach Michelle, to just share their testimony, no matter how little it is, because we want people to begin to really understand that this has gone just beyond business. This has actually become a community where we are not only just making money, but we have the product that's going to give us enough long life to be able to accomplish our dreams. So please, if there are people that want to just share, I would like to take Mr. Emmanuel. Mr. Emmanuel, your testimony, if you know as we share them for our group, permit my French. Mr. Emmanuel, if you could just share a bit of your testimony, if you don't mind, I'd truly be appreciative of that. Either Mr. Emmanuel or Biodu. Please, anyone can just unmute. You have the opportunity to just unmute and just share. We don't preempt anyone to just say testimony.
Well, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm really so excited because a lot of my team members are on the call, and I'm really so glad. Actually, there are a lot of testimonies going out there. A lot of them are out there on YouTube, but I just want to speak on the fact that the 4 things to check out for when you join a new company, we have them all in this company, okay? We have the best of the best of the best management. We have a management that listens. We have the best of the best mentors. The Deckers are here. They are the giant that we are standing on. Then we talk about the product. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing. We have the best of the best product, Tahitian noni juice. They've tried to duplicate it a number of times. It hadn't really worked, but we have the best product. One of the things I point out to people concerning Tahitian noni and what made me decided to become a distributor of this product is the fact that this is a product that you can give to a pregnant woman. It's a product that you can give to a breastfeeding woman, breastfeeding mother. You find out that a lot of products out there in the market who they claim is an organic, natural product, but they say, please, not to be given to a pregnant woman or not to be given to a breastfeeding mother. The reason is simply because it has some chemicals in it that can be very harmful to the fetus. And some chemicals that can be harmful to a breastfeeding baby who the mother is breastfeeding. But we have a product that a pregnant woman can take a breastfeeding mother can take, an animal can take, an old person can take, children can take them, very good for their cognitive motors. Everybody can take noni, and that's because there are no chemicals in it. It is from tree to bottle. That should tell you how natural this product is. And it's amazing because we're having repeat customers. Emmanuel can bear me witness. He was just telling me, Michelle, I have my stock, I've depleted my stock. I need more money, I need more money. People are coming back over and over and over again for this product because we are getting amazing results, amazing testimonies. One of such testimony is about a 35-year-old woman who it was detected that she had a tumor in the brain, and that tumor affected her. She couldn't walk, she couldn't talk. They were virtually moving her from one place to another on wheelchair. They moved her to Abuja, where she was going to have a neurosurgery. So it happened that the doctor gave her about 2 months. She was on a list. Okay, there were other people who was to have surgery before her, so they put her on a list for 2 months. During this period, someone in my team sent the mother noni and said, be giving her the noni before is her time. Ladies and gentlemen, to cut the long story short, the woman was giving the daughter, this 35-year-old daughter, noni, and was even hiding and giving her because she said that if the doctor knows about it, he will not allow it. To cut the long story short, before that time, she started to move her limbs. She started to get up by herself. She started to walk around. Then she started talking again. And when it was the date they got to the doctor was shocked that this same person who couldn't talk, who couldn't walk, is now talking and walking. And then he said, okay, he need to run another scan. They ran another scan and there wasn't any tumor in the brain. This is just one out of the so many amazing testimony that is coming out from this product. So you have an amazing product. You have an amazing process. This business is digital. It's digital. You get paid every week. It is done automatically. You have a business where products are delivered to you for free. In fact, the registration is also free because elsewhere, outside Africa, you pay for registration. But here in Nigeria, the registration is free. You just need to pay to activate your account and products are sent to you for free. So if you are new here and you are listening to me, take advantage of this opportunity. Take advantage of this opportunity. Take the market share of the city or the state where you live in. Take over that city. Let everybody know about noni through you, and you will make so much money. You will affect a lot of people's life because a lot of people are suffering with so many things. The wellness industry is a billion-dollar industry. People are looking for solutions. They have these health issues, that health issues. They've been taking a lot of things, it's not working. They need solution. Why not tell them about noni? And they will forever bless you. So I will allow the others to also share their amazing testimony. But like I said, the time is now. Thank you so much, Dr. Charles.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Coach Michelle. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mr. Emmanuel, you had unmuted your, it really be lovely. I just want people to feel that, yeah, Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, all right. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, I'm always happy to share my testimony, because I don't hide it from anybody. I'm proud of it. Well, this month makes 1 year. Exactly 1 year when I discovered it when I called, when Michelle called me from Lagos, when I was searching for Noni online, and I got a call from Michelle in Lagos in June last year. Just 1 year now. And between that last year and now, I've used about 12 bottles for myself. I sold about over through my downliners who I brought in. I've registered about close to 12 or 13 persons. And people I've been able to talk to who have bought from me, they have stories to tell, good stories to tell. Yes. Because from the one, I told you that I'm not in this because of money. But if money comes, fine. I'm in this because I want to tell the world what Noni has done to me. Beginning from my last born, whom we call Noni boy. So we discovered Noni year 2000 and what now? 2006. 2006, yes. When my wife had the issue of conceiving our last born. So we got Noni from a friend who told us what to do. And if you look closely, you can see a handout in my hand. Can you see it?
Oh,
A handout in
you
my
are not on video.
Okay, I'm not video, have you? Okay,
Yes.
now maybe I'll. Okay, all right. So
you can turn on your video. Maybe that will help.
Okay. All right. I hope will it go video. Okay. Okay, you are seeing it now?
Yes.
Okay, we got this 2006 when my wife registered for Noni many years ago. You see it? A full training booklet. So we still have it in the house here. You know, so and you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah. So can you see it? So when I was having my own crisis, you know, this time last year, before this time last year, I searched everywhere for solution. I went for tests. I went to Lily looking for solution. No doctor could detect what was wrong with me, but I knew I was dying gradually. Until one Sunday, I said, well, to my wife, what about that thing you drank that time? No need. This is available. So let's go and try. So I took a step of faith. I went out, searched all the pharmacies in Benin, not available. I went online before I got contact to Michelle, who said they have it. So I paid, he said to me. So before I finished the first bottle, because this time I couldn't sleep. I cannot sleep for 3 months. Constant headache. My eyes swollen. I cannot sleep. Hard breathing, difficulty breathing, no strength, no energy. I knew I was just going gradually. So continued until as I finished the first bottle of Noni, I discovered that my situation was getting better. I could sleep. My swollen eyes were getting vanished. My strength was coming back. So I placed order for a second one. So my wife said, come on, this thing is working on. Then I took the second one. Now, before I finished the second one, I stopped using because they said I was having ashma. asthma. So before I finish the second bottle, I dropped the inhaler. I dropped the BP drugs, which I had to take. But before I was just having complications. So cholesterol, they say you're bad. So everything about me was bad. So before I finished second bottle, I went for tests. So at the end of the day, I found that I was getting very, very normal, very, very strong. So then I went for a workout one day. I put my inhaler in my pocket in case anything happened on the road. I walked from my house to the airport, came back without any stress, without feeling tired. In fact, this morning I went out on workout. So from that June, July, so I started placing myself on a bottle every two weeks, sometimes once in a month. And I discovered at the end of the day, I was becoming a very normal person. You know, could sleep well, no more whatever, hard breathing, no more, that is the difficulty is in sleeping, the headache vanished, BP, everything just normalized. So what do? I started doing my gospel message, preaching to those, telling people about it. So, I found solution. If you have this kind of situation, please, it's none. I'm not saying you must buy from me. Google it, go online, look at it. But if you want to buy from me, because I'm not selling it, because of you, come and buy. I'm not after the profits. I'm after you becoming well the way I am. So to me, I call it total awareness. So it's total awareness. And again, very importantly, I just placed two ladies now on Noni. They married 2 years ago. They are very close to me. So I placed them now on Noni. I said, by the grace of God, I said, just give me 1 year, you testify. So I placed them now, herself and the husband. I said, put yourself on this. If God did to me so many years ago, it will do it to you. We were looking for our last born who will finish his exam next 14th of this month. Then God will do it to you. And none is the final stop. No, this one, go and take this one, take this. Your solution is here. So because I believe that there's so much in none. I don't know what they use in making it. I ask people, that appears that the potency is so high that even we're talking about it, we may not have enough information. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. But I use myself as I'll tell you, well, I'm well. True, God has used none to cure me. So I'm well. I'm healthy. My wife is enjoying me because at a point, I couldn't do my work as man or bro. So I couldn't. It became difficult. If I try once, but like say I climb mountain, I feel like 5 from mountain, you know. But now, I don't balance. Balance well. She did here now. You can testify. I don't balance. Except I say I no want. I don't balance. So again, it helps to boost your immunity. It revives you. It makes you well. If I fall sick now, say let me take my Cosamo. If I fall sick, I don't go do batty for it. I go drink kind. It will affect me. But any other thing, my brother, I'm okay. I can drink cold water. I can stay inside the AC. I can. Oh my God, I can. Anyway, the evil dust doesn't affect me. Anything doesn't affect me. So I'm normal. So help to tell those who are in it that they should use themselves as example. Many of us are not drinking it, so they cannot market it. So me, I drink it. So I know what I am drinking. I know what I'm gaining. So it becomes easier for you to market what you are eating. But if you are not eating it, you cannot market it. I'm not after. If you're after the money to make money, fine. But if you not get money, I go take. All I know is that I'm here because I want to market this for people to be well. People are sick. You see 3 people stand there, back, 2 are sick. Only 1 might be, all 3 of them are sick. So it's helping me to preach anywhere I am. I talk to people about it, and they are buying, they are using it, they are enjoying it. I've just placed order now for 1 carton yesterday. I've not seen it. My office now is full of order. I mean, so the thing is, it's just good. It's just good. So let my wife now add her own voices here. Dragging the phone from me now.
No problem.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I am Mrs. Sonima Joyce. My family got to know about Noni 2006 when a friend of mine had renal failure. That was the first time I got to know of Noni. He had renal failure, could not sleep. So somebody from Lagos sent the bottle to him then. For like 3 months, he could sleep after taking just a jab of Noni. The boy could sleep. But he did transplant, he went to India, he came back to Nigeria. Though it's late now, he was mismanaged and he passed on. Along the line, and I was now finding it difficult to conceive my 3rd child. And I said, I don't want to have only 1 son. My son will now be very lazy, saying, oh, I'm the only son of the house, but he was already saying it. But along the line, at the age of 30, 31, I was no longer married. Before you know it, to God be the glory. Away because so I tell everybody with all joy that if you want your child to be very smart, drink Noni. Yeah. Your child will be very, very smart. It just it doesn't fall sick. We only had catarrh and cough. That is just it. If we go to so that is just my testimony I want to share with this house. Thank you, the producer of Noni. God bless you all. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm well, my head is back. Oh.
Wow.
I'm well, my head is back. Oh. I'm heady, 100% heady.
Yeah, you're even looking,
yes,
you are looking younger from the last time I saw you.
Yes. So.
Yes. Thank you so much. What a wonderful testimony. Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to apologize. Our calls are just normally an hour. But just give us some time for at least the next 5 minutes, we should be gone. But why he's saying that testimony, that's Dr. Edwin shared something, I think it was last week or the upper week. And Dr. Edwin, if you are able to say what you said as a medical doctor, I think would really appreciate that. Let me see if I can mute you. After Dr. Edwin, they will just call it a day. Dr. Edwin, are you available? Just to add strength to everything that has been said. Okay, well, if he is not, we'll just be closing very soon. But ladies and gentlemen, you've heard, we wish we had all the time, but one of the things I want to let you know is that before we even talk about anything, take action right now. If you are just getting to hear this call right now, you want to get back to the person that invited you and start up immediately. And like I advised you, go for the ultimate pack. And I believe that the story actually of your next level of success will begin from there. At this point, I would just want to give it over back to the Deckers for their last words. I will call it a day. Over to you, sir.
So I only have one thing to say. After listening to those incredible testimonies, why wouldn't you know? Think about it. I'm listening and and I've never heard the stories that I just heard, but I'm so proud that I said yes and that I was willing to reach out and share. See, you got to be brave enough to say yes, and you got to be bold enough to share. So if you're brave and bold, get started. If you've started and you're not sharing enough, share more and do it again and again and again. God bless.
Wow, thank you so very much. This is my noni. Please remember, be a product of the product, and keep on taking this over and over again. Powerful bottle, 1 liter. So don't get worried about. Somebody was making a comparison. I think that was within the week, and there are other versions right now. Of course, not of our company, but what the person said, I think something that is a bit smaller than this. The price is about 50,000 naira in the marketplace, right? But you can get a bottle for a retail price of just 25,000 naira. So do the maths. Over 175 million bottles have been sold. And that record is even of, I think, about last year or so. When I did the maths, that was about about $4.3 trillion. Please, let me give you a secret. Be where demand is high. I want to stop there. So do have a lovely week. We'll meet again every Friday. Make sure you're inviting more people for the Friday meeting, and have a lovely weekend, and God bless. Bye, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Aaron.
Good night.
Dr. Ginger.
Good night. Bye.
Thank you
Good
for
night.
coming.
Yeah, good
Thank
night,
you,
everyone.
everyone. Good
Good
night.
night, Suleiman.